regulation forces operation was not the adequacy of the force. I mean, the force was not adequately enough. So for this reason, I think we needed this increase, but the military surge is going to be accompanied by civilian surge, as Washington is concerned. From our part, we have an election. We would like to put more energy on making governance better, on having better outreach to people. All these together should help us.
I know there have been a lot of allegations of corruption in government. What's being done to address that issue, to enhance governance?
Corruption has a number of reasons. It's not only an issue for the government of Afghanistan. The sources of corruption are varied. We have the drug issue. That is one of the factors that fueling corruption. We have the aid money that needs to be managed well and used well. And you have also the law enforcement issues in a country where we built our new police force, new judiciary, and also after all these chaotic years of war and fighting in 1990s, 1980s, and the weakness of state, we still need not to establish rule of law, but also a political culture where accountability to be in the center. So this is one of the biggest important issues that we are focused now. When I said that it is not only an Afghan issue, it means that we should have a greater degree of accountability and transparency when it comes to the role of international organizations, aid agencies, NGOs, and others who receive a big part of the aid money in Afghanistan. They should be also accountable. We received in the last 7 years about $38 billion in aid from the United States, but the Afghan government count for $6 billion. So accountability should include not only the government of Afghanistan, but also other organizations who are there in Afghanistan to implement projects or to use the money.
So in other words, of the 38 billion, 6 billion went directly to the Afghan government, and the rest was
the rest went to
various
NGOs and contracts and other entities that are part of the Afghan development or reconstruction efforts. I'm not defending ourselves and accusing anyone else, but what I say is it is a complex issue that we have to take it as an issue that we need to have a shared responsibility, and we need to share our efforts. At the same time, when it comes to the Afghan government, in the last 1 or 2 years, a strategy was developed. Many people were arrested, not only at low level, but at high level, at governor's level, at ministerial level. The expectation is that we should do more, and I think the problem is not the lack of political will in Afghanistan and Kabul, but I think sometimes it is mainly about the ability of the government that is facing many problems, including security problems, to be able to, or the ability to enforce the law. This is a struggle that started, and this is important because not only that it is always repeated by our partners. It's important for us because we work with the people, and the people are there to judge, and they expect us to have more clean and competent government, and this is what we try to do.
And one final question. We know that the presidential election is coming up in August. Are you anticipating that President Karzai will win?
We have 41 candidates. President Karzai is one of the candidates. At the same time, what the government of Afghanistan tried to do, and also the international organizations, including the United Nations, that helps us to make sure that the process is fair, transparent, and that to create an environment or situation that the election is going to be held freely. I mean, the security of the election is important. The fairness of the game is important. The equal access of candidates to all facilities that they need in their campaign are important. This is a big debate in Afghanistan. People know that this election is very important because it's second time that we have an election. With that election, hopefully the election is going to become a norm for political changes in Afghanistan against the background of violence, change of power. Who is going to win or not? I think we, as the representative of Afghanistan, have no view on this, and we hope that the Afghan people will make the right choice, vote for keeping Afghanistan stable, and improve the things that have been done. I have no particular view about
the outcome,
and I can't prejudge the outcome also.
Right, you don't have a crystal ball.
It's mainly an analytical issue rather than an issue of position of the government or others.
Well, on that note, Ambassador, I'd like to thank you very much for joining us today.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.
This is iCastNews.com, live and direct from the United Nations. I'm Linda FASULO, and joining me today was Afghanistan's permanent representative to the United Nations, Ambassador Zahir TANIN. Thank you again.
Thank you.